Welcome to Harmon, where safety is our top priority. It's our goal that our employees leave the same way they arrive each and every day. We have a dedicated corporate safety group, but ultimately safety is everyone's responsibility here at Harmon. Our mission is to be an innovative, leading company in terms of our approach to safety.
Safety at Harmon is a culture. And to me personally, that means it's not just the field, it's not just in the shop, it's not just the guys doing the work, it's really everybody all the way through with our project managers up through upper management.
Safety is the basis for all that we do. If we can't provide a safe working environment for our people, we won't be in business very long.
It's all about culture, right? The company cares about the people from my level down to the people on the floor. Everyone matters. If we take care of our people, they absolutely take care of us.
We're going to arm you with all the equipment that you need, all the training, do all the planning, everything that we have to do to create that safe work environment. No investment is too much in that.
It's the best in the business. Harmon's #1 priority is safety for their workers. They'll provide you with whatever safety equipment you need, when you need it.
The goal is zero. Zero incidents, zero accidents, and we want people to speak up. If there's a near miss, we can learn something from every near miss, so we encourage those to be reported.
Don't feel afraid or intimidated to raise your hand and say, I don't think this is safe. We need to fix here right now, even if that means stopping the line.
You hear the slogan over and over, we want our people to go home like they came to work this morning. And we don't just talk about it, we try to do it, we try to live it, we try to provide the necessary resources to give that to the people that work for Harmon.
I personally believe that people appreciate that. And I think that when a worker sees what we're willing to do to try to ensure that they're going to go home safe every day, I think that that's the kind of company people want to work for. That's the kind of company that I want to work for.
Harmon's taking strides to do what we can to lead the industry in safety. We want to do what's safest for our employees, and that might mean thinking outside of the box and coming up with some new ideas, new ways to help our employees be safe and stay safe.
The innovations that we've come up with through the years related to ergonomics. We design tilt carts so that they're not laying 600-700 pound curtain wall panels down by hand, that we found a way to roll these over, and if they have to do any prep work on the units, they're doing it at waist high instead of bending down.
Those are the barrel carts that you see here. That's what we use to drop the units down. We take those and put them in front, knock the wood off, do everything safely, make sure that they're tied back and they roll down. It's a great idea Harmon come up with. I've never seen it anywhere else.
Safety for me is very important because my family relies on myself and for me to come home the same way that I left the house in the morning. Go home, get to play with the kids, football, and then they look up to me as a hero.
I love my wife, I love my kids, and I do everything that I can to go home to them. And I look at my brothers and I make sure they go home too.
PPE, we call it proper PPE, but for Harmon, it's hard hats, safety glasses, and a high-vis vest, and gloves. So, right glove for the right task. So we have, different kind of gloves, work boots.
We have safety gloves, safety glasses, earplugs. We have the orange sleeves that we wear.
Here in the shop, earplugs are mainly used in fabrication because our CNCs are pretty loud. Cut sleeves if you're going to work with glass.
PPE is our last line of defense, something that needs to be taken care of seriously, needs to be checked daily, needs to be replaced when it's worn out. We don't want to, scrap on wasting, saving $10 on a new pair of cut-resistant gloves because you want to wear them an extra day.
Nobody ever thinks it's going to happen. Nobody ever goes into work today and says, today's the day I'm going to get hit in the head with a falling object from, you know, a 2x4 from some other trade. You never know, so you have to always be wearing it.
We want employees to understand that, you know, the cost of that is insignificant to the cost of the human life.
Our stretch and flex is designed to get our guys limber and loosened up, ready for the day's work, but it's also designed to make sure we're fit for duty, that we're ready to go to work, that we don't have any lingering issues or possible hindrances to why we can't perform that day's work.
I started actually, a Japanese firm back in 1978 introduced the flex and stretch, and we all thought it was, you know, comical to watch these guys do the flex and stretch, but you know, the more you get into it, you realize it is an excellent tool.
So instead of coming in cold and then just going into lifting, bending, twisting, pulling, and, you know, possibly cause a strain or something, then it warms you up.
When we first started it was awkward, and we thought that it was going to be difficult, but in a very short time, we had people wanting to do it.
I like doing it. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite parts of the day is stretching.
On the floor, when setting the units, we will create a CAZ to provide a safe work zone.
JHA is our job hazard analysis. It's done with each crew each morning to talk about what's going to be done that day, how every task is going to be executed, and any hazards that are going to be presented, and how we can eliminate those hazards.
Fall hazard. Harness must be worn at all times in fall hazard. You must tie off with a column strap and a retractable.
Make sure everybody knows what's going on, what they're in for the day, and just make sure that the task is done successfully and everybody gets to go home safe.
When it comes to the job hazard analysis, that's one of the most important things that we do around safety. It's taking the time and energy to look at an activity every step of the way.
Like for instance, for setting glass, what we're doing behind us here, we have forklift capacities, boom capacities, weights, glass weights, what our rigging capacities are, shackle capacities, anything related to rigging, and then hazards, you know, fall hazards, inspecting equipment.
They do work. JHAs are another tool through the years that's added to the improvements in safety.
Take ownership in safety. If you want to work in this shop, you have to be safe. And it's going to take this team to take care of each other, okay?
Every quarter we do a safety lunch, and it's a recognition lunch. It's a time to stop and say time out and thank you for your efforts in safety.
9-3, Edward Ramirez.
Everybody loves to be recognized, get a pat on the back, get a lunch, something like that, that shows, hey, listen, you're not just someone that clocks in and clocks out. You're not ours to us. Knowing that each and every one of them is important to us, and it helps drive the safety and the culture here.
Everyone wants to work for a company where we feel like they have our best interests at heart. So all the employees, I think we come in, we have fun, we do our job, we get rewarded when we do our job safely. So it brings the morale up.
We try to create a good working environment for all of our employees, but we do that through honoring our core values.
It's not just a poster on the wall. I think we try to live it every day, do the right thing. If you start with that one core value, all your other values come in place.
Our core values are do the right thing, so we want to do the right thing in everything we do, from the field, making sure you're tied off, making sure you're being safe. Don't expose yourself to any hazards. Doing the right thing for our clients and doing the right thing for our employees. Number two is collaborate. So we have a very collaborative work environment. Start with the sales process and the bidding process. We are collaborating with our operations team, with our field team, with our shop on how are we going to execute this project in the best manner for our client. And then valuing a balanced life, being able to have a work-life balance. We all have a job to do, and we're proud of the work we do here at Harmon, but we need to have time with our families as well.
Safety begins with you, begins with each and every one of us. And as you see, the dedication that we have here and the expectation that we have, we want employees to be safe. We want them to be accountable not only for themselves, but the others around them.
We all see, I believe, the dedication to safety that Harmon embodies out in the field. What maybe not everybody sees is every meeting, every staff meeting, we start out with safety.
Bidding a job, before we even sell a job, the first thing we're looking at is how are we going to execute this job in a safe manner? Do we have the right equipment that we need? Do we have the right manpower we need in the bid?
So from the beginning, we're thinking safety as much as the means and methods of the installation. It's incorporated in our whole process.
We're all a team. We're like a company is like one big family. I've had 16 years working for Harmon, and I've seen how much leaders, workers care about each other. It's the one consistent thing. You go out to any job site, any office, I believe that people genuinely care.
We care about our employees. It's not just something that we say here. It's not just, we're going to hire you, we show you this nice video where we tell you we care about you and we want you to go home safe to your families. It really is something that we want to live every day.
We're not just talking safety here at Harmon. We want people to go home safe. We mean it.
I love working for Harmon. I do. Yep. I couldn't imagine working anywhere else.